Welcome to Tarot Mi Amor on the beach. This is Leo Singles for the second half of March. This is our Four Pillars read. We're going to do something with this read a little different.
Hola amigos.
Guys, damn it. So a little different. And try to kind of identify who your person is. And this is not your next problem, but we're trying to identify who Spirit has for you as your person, So this is a really single, we should call this the really single, super singles read. So this is where we're going to clear the airport runways of all the planes and any of the old planes that we used to ride in. We're getting rid of those. And now that it's open, this runway, and this is so your person here can come in. In this reading, it's like you probably haven't met him yet. You're single, right? You're definitely not dating them yet. So we want to figure out who they are. So we're going to look at their emotional nature and compatibility. Because they're going to be compatible. We're going to assume that. This is your person, right? And their intellectual nature and their sexual. And I got out of that. If you're into astrology, I hope that you are. Cancer, Capricorn, Mars, or Venus, and/or Venus, here with their, and then the Ace of Cups here too. So you got yourself a lover here. But comes to mind the song. I'm gonna do it. I got a slow hand, got an easy touch, right?
Okay.
And Clapton, right? The classic. So this is your person here, man or woman. That's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe not real fiery, but good. I always got to start with the sex. I'm sorry. I'm going to ignore the tower. And we're going to go over here to their emotional nature. And, this is an interesting pairing here. It makes this reading challenging. I love it. So you're sitting, I think we're on a date, and you're sitting across from your person, man or woman, and are you talking to them, getting to know them, and how are they coming across emotionally, and what's going on emotionally with them? So, Four Cups. I'd like to read this deep because it's not necessarily about they're disinterested in a relationship, but and then you got the defensiveness here, right? Setting boundaries, and
maybe this.
I'm sorry.
This person came he met the other person and he didn't really like it, so he say, okay, no, I need my time. No, this is in the situation that.
Yeah.
No.
It could definitely be. That could be like a history they tell you what she's saying if you hear that as you're talking to them. But I think deep down, and they may not tell you this because maybe it's not something they thought about, or maybe it is, but probably abandonment issues with this Four of Cups. We're talking about their emotional nature of your person. And this has led to them being kind of defensive. So you may notice a part of them that's kind of defensive, and it may feel a little out of character. It like they might a little bit over, I don't think it's going to be big, but they're going to a little bit over maybe react to some things. Like you might go, whoa, that seemed like a lot of passion or anger or something that they express about something compared to what it's worth. You didn't feel, so they may be like this because of these issues they're dealing with. So they might be kind of extra sensitive, basically, your person. And with the Four of Cups here in the emotional thing, you could say that there's someone that's easily turned off. And that could be in every way. And I think that's too, again, it's like they learn because you're a child and these terrible things happen, you can't really do anything about it. One of the things you can do is turn off, and the Seven of Wands is putting up some kind of barrier that's protective, with your person. So, again, this is your person, so this is not a toxic type of energy. Nobody's perfect. But this is kind of how they've learned to deal with things emotionally. And then intellectually, with the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands, I think they're kind of intellectually, they can be kind of whimsical and romantic in their thinking. So, you know, open minded, sweet, even in the way they think. Like when they think, they're not going to be thinking in their heads, boy, that person's a dick. Probably not going to think like that. This person, when they think, they're actually a genuinely very nice and sweet person. And you're not going to see them talking bad about people. Another thing, try it. Like, you ever have someone you just hate and try to get them worked up to talk to you about on a date about, like, they're probably not going to really rise too much to that, because I don't think this is someone that talks negatively, or in general too. This is not someone that thinks negatively. This is someone that thinks positively, and they express themselves positively. You're probably not going to find them talking about something negative, like I do sometimes. More like God. This is also Libra kind of Mercury energy too, they're not someone that's going to want to deal with the dark side of things. They're not going to watch true crime. This person, they're going to watch HGTV. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we talked about sexually. I think too, when I see the Knight of Pentacles here, this could be a person, because they are a very sensitive person. Maybe they're not going to want to have sex on the first date. You've got to earn it. Go on a few dates and build up some trust before they give you that cup. And also, sexually, there's someone that very emotional about the sex. It really means a lot to them emotionally. So it could be a number of different things. You won't find out until it happens. But now in their lifestyle. So in their lifestyle. So Leos, what are we going to see about them with the Tower, looking at the overall energy and the Judgment? I think they've had a lot of careers. I think they're going to tell you that story. It's going to be a big tell. This is going to be someone, they have gone through a number of careers. And maybe not, I remember I had a boss once. I was the assistant manager. He was my boss. So I learned a lot from him. But when he'd fire people, he'd say, like, he would say you're fired, like Trump. He would say, I'm going to give you an opportunity to succeed somewhere else. So this person has had many opportunities over life to succeed somewhere else. And if you talk to them every time, it's probably like a nightmare. And then they get a handle on it and they move on. And they end up a year later, this is Judgment, looking back and saying, it seemed like the worst thing could ever happen to me when that divorce happened, when I lost my job, when the company moved to China. But somehow it puts them in a better position. This is how I see Judgment here. They're being moved into their life's purpose. They're doing their life's work through dealing with, this Tower could very well be a major karma here. Karma, they're dealing with things outside their control. But it's also like a cat that always lands on their feet, a little bit like that. Also, like has 9 lives, It kind of reminds me a little bit of Sagittarius energy. But I think so. They'll clearly be able to tell you stories about that. And I'd be real surprised if they don't tell you some story right in those, along those lines, Leo. So let us know. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
We're singles. I really appreciate it. Woo!